Can you guys state your name and your role in the band?
Sure.
I'm Nate. I'm the lead singer.
I'm Chris. I'm the drummer.
Stash, I play bass.
Mike, I play guitar.
Joe, play guitar.
Can you guys give any background information on the band, like when you guys got started or anything?
What year did it take a while?
It started like way back 2007, but we were just young. And around 2011, we got our stuff together. And I don't know, got everything rolling. So I would say like the real date started in like 2011.
It's interesting how we got started too, because we were sort of defunct for a while, because I was in the National Guard for 6 years. And I got sent overseas on deployment, so we kind of like came to a stop.
Yeah.
And the first base I was over at was called Camp Urian. It's in Kuwait. Everybody goes there, another one first. And Avenged Sevenfold came over like the first month or two. And I got picked to do security detail for them. So like, I got to stand on stage and watch them come out and like just keep people from jumping on the stage. And like, I saw, I don't know, a big rock show from their perspective. And I was like, oh. I went back and emailed those guys that night, and then we like started up again. And now we're touring.
Yep.
Cool. How was the band name?
It used to be a lyric in a song, because our first band name was called Lenore Stray, and it was hard for people to remember it. So
It's stupid.
some people liked it, some people didn't. But we had a song about, well, it's like a working song about like a Mexican, or not Mexican, but like old West, like gunslinging shootout thing. And one of the lyrics was "Guns Out, Sundown."
And now that's hard to remember.
Yeah, I don't mess that up.
Yeah,
Guns Out at Showdown.
Yeah, we get Guns Out at Showdown.
Guns Out at Sunset.
Guns down, sundown.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day we did a show where we go with Guns Down, Sundown.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that hard of a name.
It's really
It's really not.
hard at all.
You can't expect people to
Right, it's not.
make an effort.
Not everybody can read.
Yeah.
I believe, have you guys in the rotation for our radio show this Tuesday?
Yeah, cool.
I think I'll be playing some of your stuff.
Right on.
Awesome.
Right on. What song do you have?
Whatever I was sent. I
Okay.
sent 3 different ones.
All right. Well, hopefully it's the new stuff. We'll give you guys a CD
Okay.
with all the new stuff in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was the name Dark Horizon?
Oh.
Because I believe that's the newest.
Yeah, that's the newest
Big
album.
album.
Okay.
We I mean the album's kind of dark, and we had some different names, and then Joe, Mike, maybe whatever, brought up Horizon, and then it kind of happened.
I suggested My Dark Horizon, and then we just went with Dark Horizon.
Yeah.
And basically, it came about because the album's actually really personal. A bunch of us went through a lot of loss over the last year, and after that loss, we still had to like kind of rally because we all quit our jobs, and now we're just doing this full time. And you know, the term Dark Horizon is just, you don't know what's going to happen, and like we took the experience of losing people, and it's like you're going into a dark horizon, you don't know what's going to happen, who you're going to lose, stuff like that. And it sums up the band so well that we're just like taking that leap of faith, and you know what I mean, that's kind of what it takes to do something like that. And then the image of the ship sitting out by itself on like a stormy ocean is kind of how you feel.
Yeah, a lot of our lyrics have like peppered with like nautical themes. So
Yeah, that's it.
it's kind of like a journey through life. No matter what, you're gonna have hard times and you're gonna make hard decisions. So those are all dark messages.
Yeah. How did all of you guys go about meeting?
Well, there's this party.
We found it on Craigslist.
And there's
Well,
So,
Nate and Joe played in the band together.
yeah.
We played in Lenore Stray together, and then we kind of like we
Just
scouted
merged. Like,
Well,
we grew up together kind of, and then like these two grew up together kind of, and like Mike
We
and
joined
this
the
guy
band.
grew up together kind
and
of.
then he joined the band, and he joined the band, and he joined the band.
This is confusing.
Well, so-
as we can put it.
Joe and I were actually playing in a band together, and these guys had lost their other guitar player, and so they were kind of scouting Joe. And at first, I was like, "No, he's my guitar player." And but these guys came down and played in Baltimore.
He
and,
threatened to kick him out of the band.
Yeah, I actually went to
Yeah.
Joe, and I was like, "Dude, don't." I mean, we were just playing in like a local cover band, you know, nothing serious, and so I went to Joe. I went and saw these guys play, and I told him, I was like, "Look, I'm gonna send Joe your way." And so I went to Joe and I was like, "You're either gonna quit the band or I'm gonna rally everybody and get you kicked out so you go play with guns out somehow. And never in a million years did I imagine that I was gonna end up in the band. But I guess Joe was in for about a year, and they started doing some bigger shows and stuff like that. I was actually involved in a different original project, and their old lead singer, his wife got pregnant with their second child, and so he had to do the whole family thing. So he left the band.
Within 7 months, we got a new singer and put out an EP.
Yeah.
Our song. What's
Inside? Yeah.
We had the instruments recorded, and that was how people auditioned. If they showed interest in being in the band, we sent them that. We said, record to it, however you can on your cell phone, doesn't matter. And that's your audition. And the actual version that's on the album was Nate's audition.
Oh, okay.
So we recorded that, and we were like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I was actually reluctant to join the band at first because I had my own projects going on, and plus I had a house and a wife, and you know what I mean. I was like, I can't get involved with a band who's trying to go out and tour and do this for a living because I've got a wife and a house and a career, and so.
So you got rid of all that stuff?
Yeah, so I divorced my wife and sold mine now. That was actually my wife. My wife was actually the one that talked me into it. I kind of milled around over it for 3 weeks. I think she kind of knew that I wanted to do it, but I felt like I shouldn't do it. So she was like, what are you doing? Just try out. And actually, my old band was playing a show with these guys, and I walked past Chris, and he was playing somebody, one of the auditions, one of the other guys that was trying out, and I got very
the look on his face.
My girlfriend is cheating on me feeling, and I was like, oh no, that's
but at the same time,
no.
we knew that, I knew that he was in the works, but when people are asking, especially your band, that you're in at the time, I have to just spew the same information that I'm giving out to the people that are asking that don't need to know behind door things.
Right, yeah.
So.
What is the inspiration behind this song, Forever and Always?
Oh, I'll let you take that one, boss.
Basically, it's forever and always, like Mike said, it's something that you say to your girlfriend when you're 13, because it's almost like an immature statement, because it's not. And whether you're close to somebody, whether it's a brother, whether it's a mother or a girlfriend or anybody, when they leave this world or whatever, they are gone. And you're not getting them back. So that's what the song's about. And our views on religion have changed. Some stayed the same, but we don't really get down with that. And there's that's peppered in the song.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's forever and always doesn't exist.
Yeah.
The main thing behind it. When somebody's gone, that's that hard realization that you got to come to. Sometimes it's that they're gone.
Yeah.
And Chris, you wrote pretty much. I think I wrote the guitars, but you sent
I
tracks and lyrics and everything, and then just kind of.
Yeah, I started writing it, and then when I got to the chorus, I was just I got to the verse, and my girlfriend was just like, I don't like it, and I'm like, I'm gonna make you like it. I'm gonna make everyone like this. It's gonna happen. And then I read the chorus, and I was just like, yes. Sent it to these guys, and it's just lyrics. Everybody's like, ah, cool, whatever. And then I started hearing melodies, and then I heard drums, so I programmed the whole drums until the break of the song, which the snare roll. That's when I stopped, and then we finished the rest of the studio. But and then I would push record on my phone and have the drums playing, and I would do terrible singing, something like that, real awkward. And I would send it, and I would be like, this is my idea. Yeah, I with it.
Yeah, we actually pre-produced a lot of that stuff before we went to the studio. That was actually one of the songs that changed very little when we got to the studio. So that was kind of
that and
all us.
Soul to Grief.
Yeah. When I said I wrote the guitars, I didn't write them, but I pre-pro very much. And then when we went down, it was team effort. Just put that on the record. Trying to steal the spotlight.
But basically, the whole premise of the song is to say that forever and always never was forever.
It's like that angry feeling you get when you find out Santa's not real.
Yeah.
Exactly. Forever and always never was forever.
She's like, wait a minute, Santa Claus isn't real?
I already knew.
You lied to me.
This little girl's great.
Don't be a douche. I already knew that.
How would you guys describe your music to those who have not heard you guys before?
The perfect line in between something that the masses could like and people to listen to metal could like.
Yeah.
And if not, that's the goal.
We just tell everybody to go listen to it.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe it. Like Facebook, it's on it.
I think we definitely teeter top the line.
We walk the delicate line between metal and hardcore and hard rock. It's, just rock and roll, metal.
Yeah, I mean, we want to stay true to what we want to write, you know, the music that we want to play, but you also have to appeal
You gotta know your
to a
audience.
wide demographic, so you have to do the things that people expect.
But at the same time, I mean, like, stuff like that is what I would listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like we're bending to appeal. It's appealing to us.
Yeah.
You want to like write to your audience, like know your audience without giving up the integrity that you have as a songwriter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But we definitely, we kind of span across like 3 or 4 different genres, which is, we've always viewed as a good thing because, you know, you can appeal to, you know, if you're like strictly like death metal, you're going to appeal to only a death metal audience.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to get spun on your local radio station, you know?
Right.
Like our goal has always been, you know,
Octane.
yeah, right. Our goal has always been like metal genre likes us, hard rock genre likes us, you know, hardcore genre likes us. Like all those different demographics of people that are listening. There's some element of our songs that they can be like, that's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
So,
What is each of your favorite songs?
on the new album,
It doesn't matter.
oh, just my favorite song ever. Oh.
To play?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
I think I like our song in general.
Yeah.
Like not our songs.
Never play live like any of our songs.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
So-
and you-
just
yeah,
our
doesn't
songs.
matter. Doesn't-
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I mean, I'll go first. My favorite live song to play is Bloodlust. Yeah, it's off the very first album, which is kind of ironic because I didn't sing on that album. But it's got 2 breakdowns in it that they just crush. And as a spectator, and I think that's the difference with me, is I was a spectator initially, you know, I wasn't in the band, so I got to see these guys kind of organically before I knew any of them personally. So I got the chance to be a fan first, and then be a part of it. But like Bloodlust, that song makes me want to hurt somebody. It made me want to hurt somebody before I was in the band, and now that I'm in the band, it makes me want to hurt somebody even more when I'm playing it on stage. It's awesome. So, but my favorite song to listen to, I gotta go with probably "Chase the Meaning" off the new album. So,
Again, are we talking
That's a
about
good-
like songs in general or our songs?
It doesn't really matter.
Oh man, anything Michael Jackson and our songs. Probably a mix between Forever and Always and Chase the Meaning.
Oh, I like to listen to and play Forever and Always. That is one of my favorite songs in the entire history of the planet. Not even kidding because it's ours, but like it's so good. The first riff and the last riff are just like, I get emotional and like weirdly excited. I start growing hair in places that I didn't have. Just makes me do a man. I love it.
I'd probably say Forever and Always is my favorite one to play live, just because it's intricate, which keeps me challenged while I'm playing, but not challenged enough that I can't throw the hell down. I like headbang a lot on stage, and that one's a good one to headbang too. As far as listening to anything, probably my like all-time favorite act is The Temptations, like I'm a No Town fan. But I mean that's not metal, but it's, I don't know. Put on Temptations, I'm not in a bad mood.
War in My Mind is probably my favorite song to listen to. Favorite song to play live, probably be Forever and Always. Or Bloodlust. Bloodlust is all it says.
I'll just play that for
It's
like,
fun.
seems like almost 10 years.
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I said. I had a chance to be a fan and like listen to your music, you know,
That's a good song.
objectively before I had to be like.
Me and Mike had to be in 2 different rooms to figure that breakdown out.
It's a
Okay.
good one though.
You're asking the last 3. You need practice.
Yeah.
Somebody want to be a journalist?
She's going to the show to cover it for me in like 2 weeks, and she hasn't done interviews before, so
okay.
I'm like trying to prepare her. before she has to go, and there's like 5 that day that has to be done. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, trying to get her practice now.
With the EP released in 2014, Battlefields, what is the story behind it?
Oh, I think that became a concept album unintentionally, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, we were kind of going through. Well, these guys were going through like an ordeal with their old singer leaving and me coming in. But for me personally, that was after playing music for such a long time. That was my first real shot at getting to record something legitimately. You know, I had always had a CD of my band that I was like, oh, here, listen to this. The song's good, but the production's kind of shitty, and you know, don't pay attention to this part, whatever. Like, this is my first real shot at going into a legit studio, coming out with a legit product that I can hand somebody and be like, listen to this, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And so the album kind of started off with What's Left Inside because that was my audition for the band. And but like every song after that, for some reason, kind of turned into this like battle theme, you know, like, and it was kind of like us against the world. At least that's the way I felt.
Wow.
So
That would Primal.
yeah.
But it was also
That's good.
the biggest like let's
Listen
get
to
it
Heartbeat
done
Still is something.
album ever.
Yeah.
What is the inspiration behind Chase the Meaning?
Oh.
I'll
That-
laugh for a reason.
That song is actually about my dad. I mean, it started out that way. It started out a lot angrier than it turned out that we kind of found a way to
Take it down.
well, tame it down, but also say things that weren't too specific so that it would appeal to the listener a little better, you know. It kind of became this thing where you could apply your own meaning to it, you know. But it's basically just about overcoming things that hold you down, you know, whether it be people or situations or whatever, you know. It just you know, it's about finding that one thing in life that you despise the most and just overcoming, you know what I mean, just getting rid of it and letting go of it. So
What is the next for you guys?
Yeah, you should just say what is next for you guys. I think you just.
Can't announce it, actually. It was next.
yeah.
For you.
Oh.
So next, I mean,
Right, so
we're
we're
just
on
touring,
today.
touring.
Well, when's this interview releasing? Like, when will you be posting it?
Whenever.
I was gonna say, because we're
3
not allowed to
weeks.
announce it. Yeah. But if I could
Like
say,
if
we
you
could say
wanted to
now.
hold off
later.
us that long, I would. Yeah.
We're gonna be touring a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a pretty cool tour coming up in May. We're not allowed to say anything yet. We're still waiting on like all the advertising material and like the okay from our agent.
There's a
We
couple,
are
like,
opening up for
They were
a Day to Remember. It's a sold out show in Maryland.
Yeah.
Oh.
That show at Avatar too.
There's like 1,500 to 2,000 people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
And then we're doing a little 2 or 3 week run end of May into June with some homeboys of ours from Morgantown, Worst Kept Secret, good friends of ours that we play with a bunch back home, and they're trying to get out and tour, and so they're just gonna kind of jump on with us and learn some stuff and go play some shows and get out of their market.
I almost thought you were gonna say tour, but you said tour.
No, we're doing a little tour.
2 or 3.
No, that's like a huge pet peeve of ours. Like if you listen to,
Any band that eventually gets signed, and they're like, tour starts.
yeah, it's a
Don't say
tour.
tour.
It's a tour, not a tour.
Tour.
Come on.
Maybe, who knows? I want to hear like someone.
One of my favorite people in the whole world is Matty Mullins, the lead singer from Memphis Mayfire. And every time I watch an interview of him and he says tour, I just it just pains me.
It's like
It hurts inside.
Yeah.
It's like
Stop saying that.
it's like when you're like not grown up yet and you're just not mature.
It's a tour. Did you like the new album?
From what I've heard, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Anything else that you guys would know?
You have to speak up.
Anything else that you guys want anybody to know?
I have a leg tattoo.